dispersion chapter, we have already discussed three methods of the dispersion, like range method, quartile deviation method, and mean deviation method. But today we are going to discuss another one methods of the dispersion, that is called standard deviation, and this method is called ideal measures of the dispersion, because all three methods already we have discussed have some demerits also. That's why the standard deviation is listed in the best measures of the dispersion. In as far as the range method is concerned, in range method we are having the difference between the largest and smallest. It means in range method all the items of that series is not using, we are using only the largest item or the smallest item, and with the help of the largest or the smallest we are calculating the dispersion is over there. As far as the quartile deviation is concerned, quartile deviation is dependent on the middle 50% of the data. As we know that the Q3 shows the 75% dispersion of the data and Q1 shows the 25% dispersion of the data. So as we are calculating Q3 minus Q1 for the quartile division, that is having the dispersion of middle 50% of the data. So I can say that the quartile division is also not dependent on the whole series. Range method is not dependent on the whole series. Similarly, the mean, as far as the mean deviation is concerned, in mean deviation we take the deviation from either arithmetic mean, mode, and median. But in calculating the mean deviation, already we have gone through how to calculate the mean deviation. In calculating the mean deviation, we always ignore plus or minus signature sign. So the mean deviation is also have some artificialness in the calculation is over there. As far as the examination point of view concerned, we maximum see that there is a question from the dispersion. Always we are getting that the standard deviation always asking in the examination also. So I should say today's video is very important. It's a ideal measurement of the dispersion, and how to calculate the standard deviation and what is a standard deviation. The standard deviation, the definition of the standard deviation I have mentioned on the blackboard. The standard deviation is the square root of the arithmetic mean of the squares deviation of items from the arithmetic mean. It means whenever we are calculating the standard deviation, the very first we have to take the deviation from the arithmetic mean. Then we have to square the arithmetic mean. That's why we do not want to here to calculate plus or minus item is over there, because we are having the square of the deviation. In mean deviation we are not taking the square of the deviation. That's why we have to ignore the plus or minus sign there. But in standard deviation what we are using, the very first we are calculating the arithmetic mean, then we get the deviation from the arithmetic mean, then square the arithmetic mean, and adding all the square we are getting the arithmetic mean of that sum of the square, and after that we are having the square root of this. That's why the standard deviation is called the ideal measurement of the standard deviation. Once again we are repeating the definition of the standard deviation. Standard deviation is the square root of the arithmetic mean. It means the very first we are taking the deviation from the arithmetic mean, then we will square the arithmetic mean deviation, we will get the square of the arithmetic mean. So we are saying that the standard deviation, the square root of the arithmetic mean of the squares of deviation of items from its arithmetic mean. It means for getting the standard deviation, the very first we will having the deviation taken from the real arithmetic mean. After getting the deviation, we will make the square of the deviation. Then getting the square of deviation, we will calculate the arithmetic mean, that is sigma d square divided by n, and lastly we will get the square root of this to get the standard deviation. So let me show the formula for the arithmetic mean, that is sigma is the symbol of arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean is equal to sigma d square divided by n in a case of indivisible series. As far as the frequency is not given in a case of indivisible series, the frequency is not given. So where frequency is not given, The formula will be standard deviation is square root of sigma d square divided by n. So the very first step we have to calculate d should be the very first. We will calculate x bar, that is sigma x divided by n. To calculating standard deviation, the very first we will calculate the arithmetic mean of the series. For getting the arithmetic mean, we will add all the series divided by n. In second step, what we will do, we will get d, that is x minus x bar. We will get the value of x bar. Then we get the deviation from the real arithmetic mean, that is called d deviation. So from each of the item of the series, we will subtract arithmetic mean and getting the deviation value of d. In third step, we will having the square of the d. Whatever deviation we will get, we will make the square of this. In fourth, we will having the arithmetic mean of this. What we will do? We will having the arithmetic mean d square sigma d square divided by n. It means what we are doing? We are calculating the arithmetic mean of this. It means the very first we will get the deviation. After getting the deviation, we will making the square of the deviation, and after getting the square of the deviation, we will get the arithmetic mean of this. And last, for getting the standard deviation, we will having this formula sigma d square divided by n. So these are the steps to calculate the arithmetic mean from the direct method is over there. It means if we will take the deviation from the real arithmetic mean, then we have to use this formula. Standard deviation is sigma d square divided by n. Next, coefficient of standard deviation, that is standard deviation divided by x bar. If you have to calculate this is the absolute measurement of the dispersion, that is standard deviation is under root sigma d square divided by n. If we want to compare in the two series, then we want a relative measurement of the dispersion. So that will be the coefficient of the dispersion, coefficient of the standard deviation, that is standard deviation divided by arithmetic mean, and C of V, coefficient of variation, that is standard deviation divided by x bar multiplied by 100. If we want to having the in percentage form, then we calculate the coefficient of variation, that is called coefficient of variation. If we are having using in percentage form of the coefficient of standard deviation, that will be called the coefficient of variation. This is also very useful to having the comparison between the two series. Later when we will do the questions, we will understand how to use the coefficient of variation and what is the coefficient of standard deviation, etc. So this is the direct method to calculate the standard deviation. Another one method also we are having available, that is called indirect method or assume mean method. So we will discuss this method also here, assume mean method. For assume mean method, we are having firstly this assume mean method. The formula for the very first assume mean method, that is sigma d square x upon n minus sigma dx upon n raised to power 2. This is assume mean method. In this method, we will assume one of the number as assume arithmetic mean. We will not taking the deviation from real arithmetic mean. We are having a assume mean, and then we will do the standard deviation for that. So when we will having the practice of the questions, we will discuss both of the method is over there. So in assume mean method, the very first we will calculate x bar, that is assume mean plus sigma dx divided by n. It means the very first we will calculate x bar is assume mean plus sigma dx divided by n. So here the very first we will having dx, that is x minus assume mean. Whatever you assume mean, the very first we are getting the deviation dx, that is deviation taken from the assumed mean, that is dx. If deviation is taken from the real mean, we are using d, but if we are taking the deviation from the assumed mean, then we are having u dx. So in second step we will having d square x, we are having this. In third step we will calculate that standard deviation value, that is having sigma d square x upon n minus sigma dx upon n raised to power 2. In fourth step we are having the under root of this, that is sigma d square x upon n minus sigma dx upon n raised to power 2. So assume when if you are getting your arithmetic mean are in point or not having the real value, then this method will be beneficiary for you, because in this method we have to do a less calculation instead of the direct math method. So whenever we take the example for this, we will having both type of the methods. We will do the same question from first from the direct method and second one from the assumed method. So which method do you like? You can use this, that is not a problem. Also the calculator is also allowed in examination, so we also having a facility whether we are using the direct method or indirect method, doesn't matter, is over there. So this is the methods of the assumed mean methods. The very first we were having standard deviation sigma d square divided by n minus sigma dx divided by n raised to power 2. For getting the arithmetic mean, we will having a plus sigma dx upon n. Now coefficient of standard deviation, that is standard deviation by x bar, that is same as already we have discussed. Now coefficient of variation, that is standard deviation by x bar multiplied by 100. So if we want to having the comparison between the two series, the very better to calculate coefficient of the variation. So the coefficient of the variation is not a new one, terms of the dispersion. If we change the coefficient of the standard deviation in percentage form, that will be converted to the coefficient of the variation. So for getting the similarity test, the coefficient of variation is used whenever. How we will use the coefficient of variation? Whenever we will do the questions, we will discuss there. So this is the method for the individual series to calculate the standard deviation. We are having some another one series also. Suppose we are having a case of discrete series or continuous series where the frequency will be given. So how to use the standard deviations, that may also having the discussion. In case of discrete series and continuous series. In case of continuous series or discrete series, first one direct method. We use formula sigma f d square divided by sigma f. For the direct method, the very first we will having calculation d, the very first we will calculate x bar. Second, d is equal to x minus x bar. In third step we will having the square of this d square. Then arithmetic mean of this f d square. Yani it means in fourth step we are having the multiplication of frequency with the sum of the squares of deviation. The very first we will calculate arithmetic mean, then we will get the deviation from arithmetic mean, then we will make the squares of the deviation, then we will multiply frequency with the squares of deviation and get the addition of this, that is sigma f d square. Or next one, the calculation the arithmetic mean, that is sigma f d square divided by sigma f, and after that we will having the square root of the item, then we will get the arithmetic mean of this. So this is the direct method to calculate the standard deviation. Next one, the coefficient of standard deviation divided by x bar, that is similar to already we have discussed in the previous one method. So for calculating the coefficient of the standard deviation, we will divide the standard deviation with the arithmetic mean, and coefficient of variation. For the coefficient of variation, that is standard deviation divided by x bar multiplied by 100. So this is the direct method in if we are getting a case of discrete series or case of continuous series where the frequency is available. So the very first we will having indirect method, the very first we will get the x bar, then we will calculate the deviation, then square of the deviation, then multiplication of the frequency and square of the deviation, and adding all the items we can calculate very easily the standard deviation. In this method also we can use the shortcut method or direct method. Indirect method, which we will say the assume mean method, is over there. This is the direct method. Second one method is the assume mean method. For assume mean method, the calculating standard deviation, that is sigma f d square x upon sigma f minus sigma f dx upon sigma f raised to power 2. We are having 3 or 4 formula to calculating the standard deviation from the assume mean method, but I am discussing only one formula, because if I use so many formula for getting, the result will be same, but it will create the confusion in the students mind. So this method is the best method. Already we are having the allow of calculator in examination, so we doesn't require the step deviation method or the other methods is also. So for the assume mean method, what you will do, standard deviation is sigma f d square divided by sigma f and minus sigma f dx divided by f. For taking dx, already we have discussed x minus assume mean, then d square x, number 1, number 2, number 3, then function of d square x, number 4 having sigma f dx or sigma f d square, and then we will use this formula and very easily we can calculate the standard deviation value. Similarly, the coefficient of standard deviation, that is standard deviation by x bar, already we have discussed, and coefficient of variation, that is standard deviation divided by x bar multiplied by 100. So if the coefficient of standard deviation change in the percentage form, multiply by the 100, it will be converted to the coefficient of the variation. So these are the formula to calculate the standard deviation. The very first, I should repeat that it's a ideal methods of the dispersion. So if in examination one question is asked and that have mentioned that calculate a ideal measure of dispersion from the following data, then you have to calculate the standard deviation of there. Why it's ideal measures of a dispersion, already we have discussed in the starting of this video. So I think this video is very useful to understand what is a standard deviation, how to calculate the standard deviation. There are two major methods of the calculating the standard deviation, that is direct method and assume mean method. In case of individual series where the frequency is not available, in direct method we have to use standard deviation is under root sigma d square divided by n. But if the frequency is given, then we will use the formula standard deviation is under root sigma f d square x divided by sigma f d square divided by sigma f is over there. Another one we have discussed, the assume mean method is over there. Assume mean is a mean that is assumed, not the real mean is over there. From the frequency from the series we are assume a mean, a item as a mean, and we are taking the deviation dx, that is x minus assume mean. Then we are having the square of this d square x, it means the square of the deviation. So I think this video is very beneficially for to understand you how to calculate the standard deviation in direct method or indirect method in a case of individual series or in a case of discrete or continuous series. In next video we will having the problem of the standard deviation and we solve how to solve a series of the standard deviation. We will discuss further in the next video. I think this video is sufficient to understand what is the standard deviation. Thank you.